Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, this is our Starters Orders UK jump save. And after a brief break for some breathing saves and a little tester save to try and find a little bit more about jockey instructions and distances and exactly how they tie together, we're back with this, trying to take what we've learned to book better races. And I think I've got some good races. I do feel like I understand distances of these horses a little bit more due to some testing. 2-1-ish for Living Pot is kind of, I think, the sweet point, and 2-2 for Purple Searcher. So it's not what I would have normally have thought with their stamina bars, but yeah, distance adaptability isn't even there, but it just seems that they've run better at some of these distances. 2-4 is for pretty much everybody else, bar a few exceptions, but Peanut Butter, I think is a 2-4-ish. I don't know if they're a top quality horse, but that run in the Merlin kind of gave me a lot of hope, to be honest with you. And Blazing Sue, I think, is going to end up being around 2-4. Caracan, I think, is probably going to be a 2-4. Crystal Verdict as well. Where's they? They're they. I think 2-4 probably fits them. And Lockkeeper also, I feel, is probably 2-4. South Bullet, I've got just a shade over, somewhere in between 2-4, 2-5. I'm not entirely sure, but I think up towards 2-5. This might be a little too far. I don't know. I think we're going to have to maybe use some jockey instructions with a lot of these horses. Far more in the jumps than I would even in the flats. And that's something else in that testing save I did find, that quite possibly horses generally are going to run better challenging earlier, no matter what the distance. They're going to run slightly better on average running early than without any jockey instructions. Running late sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. Generally, though, it's positive to run with it over normal. Now, if you're already over distance and you choose to run later, it's going to hurt you. And if you're choosing to challenge early and you're already under distance, then that is going to hurt you. But if that doesn't really factor at all, if you've got distance adaptability or in between the distances for the race you're at, whether you'd be challenging early or running without instructions, I think generally you'll see slightly better results with challenge early, which isn't quite the way I thought it worked. But that's, again, just my testing, my observations, and confirmation bias off of what I've seen from my testing. Now, it's not super in-depth testing. It's not super scientific. I've just run a bunch of races and other saves with these horses and tested them at different distances with different instructions and whatnot. You can see part of that, not with these, but with my American horses on the testing save I've set up. And that video should have gone live yesterday when you see this one. I think that one's gone up the day before. If I've had an issue with it, then it's probably gone up. It'll probably go up the day after this one, but I think it's the previous one. It'll be just testing save, basically, and it'll be thrown in as an addendum to the tips, tricks, hints and cheats tutorials playlist, I think. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. You can kind of see what I mean with some of these testing and how going earlier does seem to get me slightly better results in that. So we are going to be playing more with jockey instructions. To finish up my assumptions, 2-5 for sweet and sour. And then, this is the one that blows my mind, but this is what I've seen. Dramster has got a lot of stamina, right? So Dramster does have a lot of stamina. And we've won at 3 miles. And it all kind of backs up to me what I think this horse is. And I believe Dramster is 2-7. And they've got 65% stamina. And they've got some decent adaptability, 40%. But I've got the 85 to 90% stamina on braised ham with half bar of distance adaptability. And I also feel that they're 2 miles 7. And I'm not really sure because I don't really think they're actually 3 miles. They haven't really done great at 3 mile. And 2-6 they look okay. 2-7 they perform. But I think it's really weird that we're kind of in this place where I thought maybe Braised Ham would end up being like 3-4 or something like that with that stamina bar. I just think we go early on anywhere like 2-6, 2-7. Anything under 3 miles, we'll go early. We might even go early as much as 3-2 and see if that extra stamina pays off. But without jockey instructions in testing, Braised Ham just has not run well without jockey instructions at 2-4, 2-5, 2-6, 3 miles, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, and 3-4. None of them did they win a class 2, a grade 3, a grade 2, or a grade 1. The only things they won were grade 1s and 2s at 2-6, 2-7 when going early. Everything else was kind of close when going early over a variety of distances. So I do think Braised Ham and Dramster are both 2 miles 7 despite having wildly different stamina bars and both having a lot of adaptability. Yeah, it does put us in this weird kind of place. But I've booked out races that I think I can adapt to. I think if I can get like a 50% hit rate out of these races I've booked, these 7 I've booked, if I can get 4 out of these 7 wins, let's just say, then I'll be happy. My over-under is going to be 3.5. So I'm hoping we hit the over. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. And it's been very hit and miss in general. And I don't think a lot of these are big races. I got a little class 2 novice, class 2 handicap. We got a grade 1 with Lockkeeper. I think we might actually be able to win. I'm not sure. I got a grade 2 on Blazing Sue, which I think we can win. But we haven't really seen her run. A little class 2 for South Bullet. A grade 2 for Beena Putter. Again, I think we might be able to win. I don't fully know. And Crystal Verdict's got a little grade 3 there. So a little mix, all in all. But yeah, I think it's going to take some time. My mouse is acting up a little bit. I think it's low on battery. It's plugged in, but even then, that's going to slow it down a little bit. So if anything weird happens, that's probably why. But I think we just jump into today's racing and I try and figure out how I'm doing each of these races when we get there. I don't think pretty early on in the day is going to be sweet and sour. And I think we run early because I think we want like 2-5. We're in a 2-4. We're the only 4-run horse in the field. We did just win a 2-2 novice, but this is now a feature race. And we're up against some really good horses. So if we do win this, I do feel pretty good about what we've done. I'm not going to do Don't Trail because that's actually had adverse issues showing up. It's definitely had some negative implications for our races. But Sweet and Sour, challenging early, 2 mile, 4 furlongs, probably likes 2.5. I think this might work. And I'm not going to try and really pronounce the name of this race. The SL Hurdle, Class 2 novice race for 4-year-olds and above. If you know anything about Irish names, the pronunciations sometimes don't really even involve the letters in the name. So, Luatra, I think, is fine for that second part. That first part, I don't even really want to try. So, let's see them. A little bit of guesswork here, a little bit of testing. And in a race against much more difficult opponents than we normally would be, we're running Sweet and Sour. Challenge early as a 2.5 in this 2.4 race, I think is okay. First jump was decent. Second jump, not so great. Going to stick with the pack then. Speak Audio, Darage Cause, Urusliva Netsha, Grandad School, Rigori Everson, Heavenly Bounty, Sandbanks O'Rail, Madeline's Reign, Celtic QV, all in the mix. But Grandela Dark is up front. 4 jumps in, going to approach the halfway point for number 5. And we are just in that contending spot, just in behind. We do have Speak Audio and Direct Code just up there. We're going up the inside a little bit. Heavenly Bounty on one side, Grandad School on another. We got a mile left to run though, and still a few more jumps. We're getting into a solid position. Dark still leads us. Bounty, Audio, Code, and School all in the mix up the inside. Everson now. Not a bad jump, but not a good jump. Half a mile from home and starting to kind of close down now us and Heavenly Bounty, who gets blocked off a little bit. Penultimate jump is a good one. Sweet and Sour is going for this. One final jump, about 1 furlong to go. Not a bad jump at all. Final furlong marker, pushing out past Heavenly Bounty, Grandalera, Dark, Sandbanks O'Rail. They're all in the mix, kind of ready to come through and fight. But at the line, Sweet and Sour takes this one by some distance. And you know what? In this company, I know it's only a novice, it's a Class 2 novice, but we were racing against horses with 125 to 132 ratings. Like, that big horses in this. And we're a 76 rated horse. I knew we were good. We went over to Ireland. We found our distance. We found our quality. 5 3/4 lengths is absolutely crazy. Didn't jump too poorly, I will say. I think we looked okay. For sure. I'm not sure if that bar just jumped up. I think it might though. I think we might have just got more distance. But this colt looks absolutely fun right now. Yeah, we didn't jump poorly, which is an interesting one with a jump bar. And that penultimate one took us clear and we were able to just storm on home. But yeah, trip was ideal. So 2.5, which means challenging early at 2.4. And that's got us where we wanted to be today. I can't really complain about that. Couldn't have asked for too much more. Braised Ham is the rank outsider. And again, so many horses in the high 120s and like mid 130s. We're a 92. We're a very young horse in an experienced field. We're the only foreign horse in an Irish field. And this is a little handicap. So, sure, the weight advantage does kind of skew to us, but that's normally not that big of a deal. So if we can get anywhere sort of close to winning, I'll count this as a huge win for us. 2-6 early, I think, is what we've got to do. Because again, this horse likes to do early. Does like to do early. We're not going to be tipped at all. We're trading well, very fit and ready to go. So again, I think just like Sweet and Sour, we're a furlong under where we want to be. We're going to go early. It's another Class 2. This is a handicap. And we're going to see, are we competitive? Can we get anywhere close? We're going to start off near the front and with a decent little first jump for us as well. So, Baby Cakes, Trend, Eartham Dreamer, Topanga, Cougat, Litany Future, Toulouse Kerdek with us, Desert Volanges, Duplessis Idol, Hermione, Burgundy, Owen Aguirre Blues, the favourite, is quite far back with Dulce Temper, Tenorfrati, Respect, Strength Obama on the inside, and Infinite Elysium at the back of the pack. We're just holding on the inside then, chasing down the front three, and not too bad at all. The pack keeps dropping away and reforming slightly. We're just going to drop on back with Litany Future now, trying to bridge to that front three. Eartham Dreamer on the outside, Topanga. On the inside, Topanga on the outside, and Baby Cakes leading us out. Litany Future is up in the mix. And we're coming up to about a mile, and we are joining the front runners, which is really nice for us to see. All that extra stamina could be doing us well. We might get blocked off a little bit here. We need to find a little bit more room. Desert Volanges is coming through. We do now have a bit of a run and half a mile from home. And Braised Ham is going to try this one. Round the turn, taking it on his own. And can he hold off any late chance? That jump there wasn't too bad. Dulce Temper dropping back. A great jump for Braised Ham. And oh my God, Baby Cake's Trend, unfortunately for them, is going to fall or pull up with an injury after a good run. The rest of the field kind of coming in as one. Braised Ham with an absolute phenomenal performance. I would have raised Braised Ham. I've got to be honest, I would have probably raised Braised Ham at like 3 miles, 2 furlongs. I would have probably have raised Sweet and Sour at 2-2 to 2-3. Instead, I've reclassified them as a 2-7 and 2-5 respectively. And both of them in fields that honestly, quality-wise, you would think we would lose. We've come away with 2 very big wins in Ireland. It's been a heck of a trip over the water. And I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. That's the kind of run we wanted to see from Braised Ham. Oh, yes. Just being on distance or being off distance, being a little under distance really helps because you can just challenge early and take advantage of the extra boost that the game's going to give you for doing so. It's kind of gaming the system to a little bit, but hey. Do we really care? I don't know. 5.8 lengths, Sweet and Sour, took a decent field and absolutely obliterated them, gets up to 100%, and shows that full potential. Decent cruising burst, okay extra speed, but not tons. Just is not a jumper. Neither really is Braised Ham, a little bit, but all that stamina, we come down and get ourselves into a Class 2 and just absolutely obliterate. And again, very similar. Not a ton of extra speed, but some cruising burst to play with. And yeah, 8.6 lengths is a little disgusting, to be honest. That's a little disgusting. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. Okay, I said I wanted 4 wins from these sevens. Right now, we're 2 out of 2, which means 2 out of 5 with a novice, a grade 3, 2 grade 2s, and a grade 1. So this, yeah, this race for South Bullet pretty much is the same grade that we've just won. They're all class 2s. They're not big, big races. Um, they're not big, big races. But what I will say is they're all pretty good quality races for where we're at. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. If I've got this right, they should be kind of on distance and kind of in a solid enough place to where they could win. Will they win? I don't know. But could they win? Certainly. I think that's very, very interesting now. And that adds a complete new side of things. A complete new side of things. Offspring, mostly retired. Mostly retired and nobody's done anything of note. Cool. Might as well check this one. Done nothing. Done nothing. Cool. Auction. Not gonna bother. Lockkeeper. Over to France. The Alain de Breuil. Can I win this? Can I actually win this? I think so. 2-3, and I've got Lockkeeper as what? 2-4. I think I'm a touch ahead. Not a ton of potential. Below 50% cruising burst and barely 70 extra speed. So I don't think this is the monster horse. Can jump a little bit. Can jump a little bit. So yeah, I think this is a 2-4 that I would probably have rated as 2-2 to 2-3 at most. Probably 2-2. That last run at 2-3 kind of changed my mind. So yeah. But I think really we're actually a 2-4. I mean, we're trolling in that way anyway, but it just reaffirmed what I believed. So I think all we really need to do here, again, is challenge earlier. Paddock, looking well, lean, ready to go. We might get tips. We're not, though. Hunters and Damir. Sure. So an Irish horse is here. I'm trying to think why Damir would be so highly rated. It's just, I'm guessing, the actual rated. The rating, I don't know. Because Yukundus isn't highly rated or tipped either, so it's not in the betting or the tipsters. I'm not really sure why. It's just the two highest domestics that got tipped. Maybe that's it, but we've got the highest grade. I don't know. This is a good horse that's been running well. It's a horse that's, again, I think gonna run well with these jockey orders. It's not gonna be the favorite. But could this be 3 out of 3? Maybe. So we head to France Ortiz. The 2-mile, 3-furlong Prix Alain de Bray hurdles. Class 1, Grade 1 for 4-year-old horses. Lockkeeper will start at the rear of the field. And not a great first jump. It does give them plenty of room to start moving around and pick their path, which, though, they do. A good second jump, an okay third. Damia Libre is out in front with Police Ainda up top. Ashbina Yacundus, the Irish horse, in third with Classic Fall ourselves. Casabel Japonica, Hunter's Firefox, the favourite, Australia Pumpkin, and Bishop Elmo, the two at the rear. Hunter's Firefox, though, in the green silks on the outside. We're now moving up into third alongside Polites Ainda. Nice little jump there from us at the halfway point. Damir Libra still out in the lead, but Lockkeeper is stalking. Not a great jump back there, but I think we make up more on a good jump than we lose on a bad jump. And we do seem to be coping really well with the flats. Here comes Yacundus into third, the Irish horse Firefox, the favourite. No poor jump there, but coming back in it with Classic Fall. And now Libre falling back. The Irish horse and ourselves both disrespected. And both kind of going for this a little bit. Lockkeeper now doesn't look like we've got the top speed here. This is the Grade 1. This is something that I thought might happen. A pretty good final jump. Elmo and Ainda both pulling up with an injury. But the Irish horse, Ashbina Lecundus, looks like they're going to power out and take this one. Hunter's Firefox, nice as the favourite, comes in second. Classic Fall and Damia Libra side by side across the line in fourth and fifth. But we do take third. It is a good run, not a great run, but a good run. Didn't feel quite like we were right where we wanted to be. Yeah, a couple of poor jumps. And then kind of outpaced on the finish. It was a huge step up to Class 1. But that's a really nice run in general. It's not a win. It's not kind of where we want to be. But if you look where we've been, Class 4 Novice, we come second. A Class 2 Novice, we come second. Then we move up. A little Grade 2, don't quite get it right. A Grade 2, we managed to win. And then to step up to a Grade 1 and get third place is pretty good. I still think we needed to jump better, and we should have been able to. We just had a bad day. And to be honest with you, I think that would eat up most of the distance. We might still be second, but we'd probably have been closer to Yacundus than Firefox ended up. Yeah. I think maybe it's worth trying to find something at 2-4 and seeing how they run. But it does feel like we're a lot closer to Grade 1 there than maybe I'd have thought earlier on. Blazing Sioux, again, I think I've got down as a 2-4, and we're running just inside that, I think, as a 2-3. So running this one as an early challenger might also work out for us. We can, but hope. Look here. I don't know. I shouldn't. I really want to. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. So let's just check the Grade 1 winners. Have you followed any Grade 1 winners? I got a Grade 3 there. And you have. You have. But that's a 10-year-old. Like, the 10-year-old has come close in Class 1, Class 2 handicaps. I mean, it might not be bad. I can't see it being amazing. And the dam has done absolutely nothing. Okay. So, yeah, I think I can skip that one without feeling too bad. Okay, Blazing Suit. So, a brand new horse into this game. Looks really good. Needs to hit the ground running. Needs to do something to begin with. Again, I just think challenge early. I don't know how she's going to like Japan. I don't know how she's going to like jumping. She's got absolute no jumping skill whatsoever. And I think we're agitated, yeah. So, didn't settle really well. We're over in Japan against a good field. We're kind of guessing a distance based on what other horses did and the limited testing I was able to do with her. I don't have anything to compare it with in this save. We're not favoured. We're a little unsettled. And we're up against some really pretty good horses. Probably the best field we've raced against in this video, apart from, of course, that Lockkeeper one. That was a grade 1. This is a grade 2, but the ratings here are really high for some of these horses. I think it's easy maybe to overthink and overanalyze this, but the 2 mile 3 furlong 110-yard Hyoto high jump, class 1 grade 2 for 4-year-olds and above, on the chase on the turf here in Kyoto, Japan. Favorite is Spoof Walden, massively high rated. We're going to be up the inside, get a little blocked off by Higgy's Mirage, but we're going to want to go to the back anyway. So we will see kind of how we can navigate. We're going to come to the outside so we get a little bit more room, and not great jumping so far from Blazing Sue. Higgy's Mirage out in front. Spoof Walden, then Kraken Top, Mount Morgan, Showtime Campsy, Political Assassin, Chimako Hall, and Archie Lock, with ourselves a little bit at the back of the pack. Halfway jump coming up after we round this turn. A little over a mile, 2 furlongs left to run. Plenty of time still to get back into this, and Kraken Top Morgan has been unseated. Horses starting to make their move. We're not distant last, but we're not going great yet. I'm still awaiting us to come into this. And there it is. We're really starting to come up. But that lack of jumping is kind of dangerous. Still 2 more jumps to go. I think we have the pace on the flats, but these jumps are kind of gonna stop us, if anything. As Blazing Sioux actually goes out into the lead, that final jump. Higgy's Mirage does really well on that inside. Spoof Walden, the favourite though, coming on the outside, driving. And I've never seen a horse jump so poorly and yet win so convincingly. Every jump we went a length backwards. Oh my god, we were like 4 lengths distant at one point. We end up winning by 2, beating 165 rated horse. We thought Blazing Sue would be a good horse, but to come out and debut in Kyoto, take a grade 2, defeat 165 rated horse. Like, I didn't think she'd be that good. Yeah, somewhere around here is about 2-4. That's kind of what I'm learning is some distances. Somewhere around here is around 2 miles. 2.5 miles. Somewhere around 3 miles. And then anything up to 4 miles to max out. That's kind of what I'm starting to get the distances on the stamina bar a little better. I'm starting to understand, thanks to help from the comment section, a little bit more distance adaptability and jockey instructions and exactly how all that marries into a horse and their preferred distance, and also the fact that we still might be off by half or a full length from what we think, and you need to do a bit of trialing in game. But I think that was about right. 2-3.5. We treated it as a 2-4. We challenged earlier. We ran well, and we picked up a grade 2 against a good horse, and the distance was ideal. The ground suited us perfectly. Everything was right. Just everything was right. I absolutely love that for us. Absolutely love that. Blazing Sue gets me my third win, I think, in 4 races. We got Braised Ham and Sweet and Sour on the opener. Lockkeeper got third in a grade 1. Blazing Sue gets me a win in a grade 2. And I've got South Bullet coming up next to get me over that 50% rate that I wanted. And then we've got this grade 2, grade 3 pairing of Beaner Putter and Crystal Verdict that have already won at those levels. But yeah, I kind of wanted... I thought we could get 3 wins. I wanted 4. We're already sitting at 3. And third place in a grade 1 is the one we didn't pick up. And I'm kind of okay with that. I think I've got to be okay with that, right? But like, I'm kind of okay with that. We've just beaten a horse 165 rated, which is the same as Memphis Man, that we're breeding our entire mare stable to. Like, that makes me so excited to see what Blazing Sue can do. I don't think she's an amazing horse or a top horse or anything of that nature. I really don't. But there's a chance that there's something there, that there's grade wins there. And I didn't kind of expect that early. South Bullet. South Bullet is a touch less than 2.5, going in at 2.5. So I think I challenged later. Yes, 110 yards. We definitely challenged later on South Bullet then. A very good 3-year-old. It didn't start well on his 4-year-old season, but very good 3-year-old before we bought him. And yeah, I do think that was kind of the right distance. Maybe a touch under where he wanted to be, and that stepping quality really didn't help him out. He's not an amazing horse. So I think challenge later here should be about right. It should. Again, not fully convinced on that, but That's why we race, to find out. So the novices chase 110 yards for 4 years old horses here in Ireland, and we're off and up and running. And we're going to flip to see where we can go. We're going to come through and lead the chasing pack. Not a bad one there. Dombea Margie not jumping well at the back with Mandevilla Who's and Maycal Once either side of us. Convoy Progress, Kuhn Beverly, Aries Nose. Oh, we're going to have to zoom in a decent amount there. All in the mix with Melvino Party up top. So, jump 7 coming up. It's not a bad one for us at all. About 1.5 miles. Jump 8. Still in the middle of the pack. We're not up the front. We're not near the back. Very decent jump there, though. We are going to go here because these walls are kind of strange. Clomby Progress unseated at the 11th. Looks like Kuhn Beverly unseated at the 12th. The stablemates, Aries Nose and Dumbaya Margie, up at the front with Melvino Paddy. Us as well. And there goes Dombeo Margie. Make Out Once is in the mix. 4 more jumps, 1/2 mile. Mandeville Who's coming up. But yeah, 3 more jumps then. Oh, what a poor jump from us. That kind of takes us out of it a little bit. We did say the challenge later. Can South Bullet make up an absolute miracle run here? I don't think so. Maycal Once with an absolutely fantastic run. But South Bullet taking second. We've had a 3rd place in a grade 1. We've had a 2nd place now in a class 2, which isn't amazing. But yeah, very, very good run by Maycal Once. And not a bad run for us either. We did run on. We were a distance behind, but we outpaced the rest of these horses. And again, we're up against older horses. That's got to be taken into account. We're not in our home country. That's got to be taken into account. We're up against horses that have pretty good ratings. 140s and 150s. That's got to be taken into account. We may just have been beaten by an actual good horse. I don't know. I don't know these horses. When I take everything in, and with our bad jumping, 1 or 2 are really bad, to be fair. But with our bad jumping, yeah. I think that's a very decent performance. It's not a great win that we wanted to see. But I think that's a very useful one. And yeah, we're kind of moving in the right direction. So we got absolutely brutalized in this race. And honestly, they're not that much better than what we just raced against. I definitely think South Bullet can get a grade. I don't know whether that's going to be a grade 1 by the end of the year, but I definitely believe it can get a grade. Where it looked miles away from that grade 1, I think it can actually get a grade. So, we'll see. That'll bring us on to Peanut Butter. And yeah, this one, I don't know. I like a 2-4. We won the grade 2. Then we came 6th, but it suited perfectly. And we came 3rd in the mailing, and it suited perfectly. I honestly think, in general, we just run better over chase races than we do hurdles. In general, we don't perform as well over hurdles as we do steeplechase. I think I just run this at 2-4 without jockey instructions and let him go. It's a step down from the Merling Chase, grade 1. Bina Pata is one of our best horses. It may not have a grade 1, but it is one of our best. I don't think I got jockey instructions. Maybe that's a mistake. It does look like we're a little lazy, so that might come into place. But Ladbrokes Park may not be somewhere that we want to watch races, apparently. Okay, that's worth noting. That's worth noting. That's why we save so damn often. I don't know if I should have clicked back up. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I saved multiple times. I'm so used to doing that after crashes to kind of get around testing issues that I think whenever I save the game, I need to save extra times in case I revert too much with a backup. So saving twice is going to lock me into this place. It would have anyway, but just in general, saving twice will lock you into wherever you save twice, whether you click backup or not. Okay, then. So are we still lazy? No. Okay, so we gained a little bit from this. I still want to try and watch it, but I know we shouldn't. And jockey instructions, no. Can we get this done? Top rated, kind of on weight, top graded, not the form horse. But we have been running decently well. Ooh, no. No. Freely, not that far back, but yeah, not quite what we want to be. What's that feedback? Suited well. Ooh. So we're not quite the 2-4 as I maybe would have wanted us to be. Okay, that's the first one I feel I've actually got wrong. We haven't lost rating, which is nice. That's a 4th place. A 3rd place. A 2nd place. And a hat-trick of wins. We're in the money for all of them. 3 wins, a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th. I don't feel as bad. I chose the over for the over-under being 3.5. I'm right if Crystal Verdict wins. I'm wrong if Crystal Verdict loses. We're going to set up our last breeding until these horses at the end of the season go into the barn to breed. One more time. Two-year-olds. 2-year-olds. Not a good sire. You got 2 horses with a grade 1 each. Neither look amazing. One hasn't bred at all. Yeah, because horses don't develop quickly. You also don't really get to see what a good sire is in the jump save until they're older, and then they're possibly not breeding as well as they can younger. Because they'll race until they're like 10, then go to the breeding barn. And that's an early trip to the breeding barn, but they'll go at 10, earliest. And then from there, they'll breed, but they won't hit their peak then, their first set, until the sire's like 18. So you won't know if you've got a good horse until the sire's like 16, 18, at which point he's coming towards the end of his breeding life. And he's not passing on the full potential that he normally would. Makes it very, very difficult to judge and very difficult to kind of get where we want to be. Because I don't know enough about the game breds. Crystal Verdict. A little trip to France again for a little grade 3. What am I supposed to be doing with you? Like, what am I doing for you? 2-2 was perfect. 2-4, we got the distance well. Trip was spot on. I think we're 2-4. I might be wrong, but I do think I challenged earlier here. Paddock has us lean and ready to go. It's us and Tammy's Strike. The one true quality horse in this field. We're the only graded horse, which is why we're carrying extra weight. We are joint favourites. So, big test then. 2 mile, 3 furlong pre. Questarabad hurdle. Class 1, grade 3 for 4-year-olds here in Auteuil, France. A 4th place, a 3rd place, a 2nd place, and a trio of victories from our 6 races today. This is 7. And as I say, a win here puts us at the over. If we don't, we're on the under. I picked the over. I really need Crystal Verdict to come through for me here. But to me, Strike will lead us out. With Damia Libre back again, up into 2nd. Jan Ingabel and Casabel Japonica with Classic 4 back again. Dimelight Tolfa, Australia Pumpkin. We've seen a lot of these horses, and we are in the mix here at the back, still holding on halfway in the jumps. Not a bad one. Does look like we ran into the back of Ingabella there, ran out of room. That maybe doesn't give us the full benefit from our jumps as we'd want to. Strike and Libre still holding out at the front. Nice little jump for us. Can we start making our way up? Yes, we can. A nice little run and a good jump. And we're continuing to go on another good little jump and run. Pushing now into the lead, hugging the rail for this final turn. 2 more jumps. We jump quite well. Tammy Strike doesn't. Japonica is done. We jump well again. Crystal Verdict is going to take this grade 3 by some distance, going to give me the over. 7 races, a 4th place, a 3rd place, a 2nd place, and 4 victories. Not the toughest races in general, that's for sure. A very impressive grade 2 win, probably the highlight from Blazing Sue. But some good runs all around. Excuse me. Some good runs all around. And that's a nice win by Crystal Verdict. Gets us back-to-back grade 3s at this distance. We did run a little freely. We might have to start testing for any kind of pacifiers that may help. Or if we're not going to breed from a horse, then maybe gelding it and seeing if that works. But I don't want to do that unless we absolutely have to. But yeah, pretty good runs. We beat a very good horse convincingly. And I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, our ratings are starting to come up. We're starting to look like a very good stable at the moment. Yeah, like why would I buy mares that old? Because they're very difficult to breed from at that stage, right? Um, yeah, yeah. I think we're now in a very interesting mix because where I just judge these horses, unless they've gained stamina, and that'll throw me off again. I do feel like I understand that stamina bar a little better, and I can kind of pick races a little more on distance or adapt to the distance a little better than I have been. And that's going to be a help in both saves, but it's actually going to be necessary and a key thing for the jump save, because there's a lot more finesse that needs to be had there. But I feel pretty good in general. I do think we've got a ton of good horses coming through that, the more we learn from this group and the better we start to do in this group, I think the more we can apply that to the future generations and get even more done. The fact that I'm sitting here with a 4-year-old with a grade 1, a grade 2, and a grade 3, and then 5-year-olds with 2 grade 2s and 3 grade 1 runners, I feel pretty good about where we are. And it's thanks to you guys as well in the comments. Let me know where I'm going wrong, where I'm overthinking things, what I'm missing, and everything. I think I teach a lot, but I also learn a lot, and that's the way we're all going to get better. And that's what all this community building is for. Everybody to enjoy their games more and enjoy each other's games more as well. So let me know what you think of those runs. Honestly, the one that I think I screwed up the most is Peanut Butter. And I'm not fully sure why. I think 2-4 should have just worked. My only thought realistically is it's a trip to Australia that maybe we didn't like. Like, definitely our worst performance ever was a trip to New Zealand. Right? I think Riccarton's New Zealand. I had to thank them. But basically, same part of the world, right? Australasia, however they want to term it. But I'm wondering if that's a part of it. Because I feel we're at 2-4. We've been running decently at 2-4. I don't think we were really outclassed by the field. They were older in their peak ahead of us, and we weren't that far behind. But other horses didn't really have that much of an issue with it, so I don't know exactly how to feel about it. I think maybe this was off. Should I have gone early? Should I have gone later? Did it need more or less distance? Was it just the wrong race? Was it just being down under? I'd like some feedback on that one. I think I understand the other runs pretty well. I gotta be honest, I think I understand those runs a little better. and I'm very happy with where we ended up on most of them. But that one, maybe not. So have your say, comment section down below. Like and subscribe while you're there. I really appreciate all the feedback on the journey so far. Hope you continue with me. Check out the other playlists available. We got the breeding save videos. We've got the discussion with music going on that. I've got the video game series going live now with a discussion going on with those games. Football Manager 26, we got a release date for that. So we got the tail end of FM24, and then going into FM26, we've already got our little decide our save or initial save video for that. And if you haven't seen FM, it's kind of like this game, just based around football rather than horses. Very kind of similar. If you enjoy one, you might well enjoy the other. So go check out that playlist. I've got the tutorial playlist. I've got the US flat save and this one, and also a little testing video up as well on the tips, tricks, hints, cheats, and tutorials playlist. So all those are available. Memberships are live as well on the channel. So if you do feel like you want to give a little bit of extra support, I would really appreciate it. Those are live, so go check them out if that's something you want to do. But in any way, get involved. I really, really, really can't thank you all enough. And I hope you're enjoying the journey as much as I am, because I think this is a good step. And some of the stuff I've done lately, the step back for a few days, for a week, of not really playing this or the flat save and doing all the breeding stuff, doing the distance testing, a little bit of CK testing behind the scenes as well, and just relearning or unlearning bad practices and kind of retraining a little better helps me focus in now. And I think it paid off in this video, but let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care, stay safe, all the very best to you. And hopefully we're on the pathway to a Grand National. Still at least 3 years out, probably. But maybe next season. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll see if we can get there. I hope that you're here to witness it when we do.